ॐ ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। मुखं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घायते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुदीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्येश्वरम्। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामीति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। रामं रामानुजं सीतां भरतं भरतनुजं सुग्रीवं वायुसूनुश्च प्रणमामि पुनः पुनः। लोकाभिरामं रणरङ्गधीरं राजीवनेत्रं रघुवंशनाथं कारुण्यरूपं करुणाकरन्तं श्रीरामचन्द्रं शरणं प्रपद्ये। उद्भवस्थितिसंहारकारिणीं क्लेशहारिणीं सर्वश्रेयस्करीं सीतां नतोऽहं रामवल्लभाम्। जनकसुता जगजननी जानकी अतिशय प्रिय करुणा निधानकी। ताके जुगपद कमल मनावहु जासु कृपा निर्मल मति पावहु। सिया राम मैं सब जग जानी करूं प्रणाम जोरी जुग पानी। मनोजवं मारुतुल्यवेगं जितेन्द्रियं बुद्धिमतां वरिष्ठं वातात्मजं वानरयूथमुख्यं श्रीरामदूतं शरणं प्रपद्ये। श्रीगुरुचरण सरोज रज निज मन मुकुर सुधार। वर्णौ रघुवर विमल जश जोदायक फल चार। बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके सुमिरो पवन कुमार। बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहे हरौ कलेश विकार। सियावर राम जय जय राम मेरे प्रभु राम जय जय राम। श्री रामचंद्र भगवान की जय। सीताराम लक्ष्मण हनुमान की जय। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। Okay, so in the last session of Shri Ram Katha, we were talking about Dashrath Maharaj invites Shringa Rishi to perform his yajna, and he performs first Ashwamedh yajna, which lasts for 1 year, and after that Dashrath Maharaj requests Shringa Rishi to now perform Putra Kameshti yajna. So his Putra Kameshti yajna is going to start. That yajna is happening, and we took a side track. We shifted our camera where Lord Shiva is speaking this Ram Katha to Parvati Devi and describing the reasons of Lord Ram's appearance. Parvati is asking this question: why does Lord Ram appear? What is the cause? What is the reason for Lord Ram's appearance in this world? And Lord Shiva describes many different reasons for Lord's appearance. So we discussed some of those reasons. The last one we were talking about was Narada's curse. And Narada once cursed Lord Vishnu that you have to lose your wife as he stole away my wife, because Narada had already considered Vishnu Mohini as his wife already. And he was thinking, Lord Vishnu took away my wife, he married with Vishnu Mohini, so he cursed Lord Vishnu that you have to feel the separation from your wife. So Lord appears to fulfill Narada's word, because Lord is known for what? He is Bhakta Vatsala. He fulfills the words of his devotees also. So that was another reason. And then the final reason which we are going to talk about is, why does Lord appear in this world? Once Bhumi Devi, Mother Earth, when she was so much disturbed by all the demoniac powers, so many demons have increased on earth, they are causing so much troubles, causing trouble to the sages, harassing them. At that time, Mother Earth, assuming the form of the cow, she approaches the demigods. She approaches Indra. And Indra, taking Mother Cow, he approaches Lord Brahma. That please suggest what is the solution to solve this problem, solve this demoniac powers. And at that time, Lord Brahma is thinking we should approach Lord Vishnu and request for help. So all the demigods, Brahma, Lord Shiva, Indra, and all the other many great sages, along with Mother Earth, they approach Lord Vishnu. Now Brahma is thinking where to approach Lord Vishnu, where to find Lord Vishnu, how to pray to Lord Vishnu, how to please Lord, so that he will listen to our prayers and solve this problem of Mother Earth. And at that time, Brahma, he is asking all the demigods, and Lord Shiva is telling, I was also in that assembly. When everybody is asking how to please Lord Vishnu, seeing everybody's request, I also spoke one word. Vachan ek kahyo. I also just said one thing. Lord Shiva is also giving a very wonderful principle. When so many people may be asking some solution to some problem, it's not that at that time you have to start a big lecture. If somebody is asking for some simple solution and then just speaking something which can console them, which can pacify their heart. So Lord Shiva said, I said only one word, one thing. What did Lord Shiva say? Hari Vyapak Sarvatra Samana. Prem te prakat hoi na jana. Lord Vishnu is everywhere. But how to see Lord Vishnu, how to please the Lord, how to see the Lord face to face? Prem te prakat hoi na jana. When we call out the Lord with love, with devotion, then Lord appears there. So for everything there is a process. If we want to please the Lord, there is a process for that. Right? For everything in this world there is some process. If we want to get the grains from earth, there is a process. You have to sow the seed, water that, and then the plant will come out, the crop will come on that. So all the grains are there inside earth, but to get that grain, get that crop, we have to go through certain process. You have to plant that seed. Same way, there is milk in the cow. Right? Guy ke andar doodh hai. There is milk in the cow, but how to get that milk out of the cow? You have to feed grass to the cow, bring the calf, and when the calf sucks out the milk, and then the cow will give all the milk. So there is a process. It's not that somebody think, oh, there is a milk inside cow's stomach, I will cut the cow in two and there will be milk inside. You cannot get the milk in that way. So there is a process for everything. So same way, if we want to please the Lord, if we want to attract the mercy of the Lord, what is the process? We have to develop love for the Lord. And how to develop the love for the Lord? That is, there is Navda Bhakti, right? The process of ninefold process of devotional service. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Samaranam. Archanam, Vandanam, Sakhyam, Dasyam, Padasevanam. So all that Navada Bhakti process is there, and the main out of those is Shravanam and Kirtanam, hearing the glories of the Lord, singing the glories of the Lord. So like now we are having this 24-hour Kirtan. 24-hour Kirtan is what? Glorifying the Lord, singing the glories of the Lord, chanting the holy name. One more thing I want to clarify here, Kirtan. What does Kirtan really mean? Right? Does Kirtan mean only singing? Right, with musical instruments, singing the holy name, is that Kirtan? Literally, what does Kirtan mean? The Kirtan word comes from Kirati plus Gayan. Kirati, Gayan. From these two words comes Kirtan. So, glorifying the Lord, that is Kirtan. It could be Japa. Your Japa is also Kirtan. Your singing of the holy name with musical instrument, that is also Kirtan. Speaking Krishna Katha, Ram Katha, Bhagavad Katha, that is also Kirtan. So one should not mistake Kirtan mean only some nice musical singing of the holy name. Because all the ninefold process of devotional service, we know there is Acharya for each process. Right? For Shravanam there is one Acharya. Who is that? Who is the Acharya for Shravanam? Shukdev Goswami, Parikshit Maharaj. So for Shravanam is Parikshit Maharaj because he heard Bhagavatam 7 days continuously. And then for Kirtanam, who is the Acharya? Shukdev Goswami. Now did Shukdev Goswami sat down with harmonium and mridanga and sang Kirtan that time? He was speaking 7 days continuously. He spoke Krishna Katha, right? And he is Kirtan Acharya. So for each method there is a Acharya for each process. For Kirtanam is Shukdev Goswami because he spoke Katha. So in that way, what do we want to understand from that? Can you take out the charger from there and connect with this? We have to bring another extension cord. Prabhu, can you find another extension cord? Inside the closet. Oh. You have to remove it. Okay, so we were saying for every process, to get something, there is a process. And if you want to please the Lord, there is a process, that is Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam. And to develop love means to serve the Lord. Right? If you want to love somebody, means you have to serve that person. Is there any meaning to love without service? For example, if husband tells wife, I love you very much, but I cannot do anything for you. Wife tells husband, I love you so much, but I cannot serve you. Right? I cannot cook for you, I cannot clean the house, I cannot wash your clothes, I cannot do anything for you, but I love you so much. So what is the meaning of that kind of love? So love means to serve that person. So if we want to love the Supreme Lord, means there has to be service. So to please the Supreme Lord, there has to be service. And then if we want to attain the mercy of the Lord while we are in the Grihastha ashram, somebody may say, okay, somebody who is a brahmachari, who is a sannyasi, they are engaged in the service a lot, right? They are staying in temple and doing all these activities. But how about Grihasthas? How the Grihasthas can engage in service and cultivate that love towards the Supreme Lord? Bhakti is independent of any varna and ashram. Right? One can stay at home and still engage in the process of bhakti. Lord Ramachandra went to Vishwamitra. Vishwamitra had to come all the way to take Lord Ramachandra with him. He travelled all the way to come to Ayodhya and requested Dashrath Maharaj, please send Ramachandra with me. But Lord Ramachandra went to Janak Maharaj, even uninvited. Janak Maharaj had not invited Lord Ramachandra personally, but still Lord Ramachandra went. Why? Because at the house of Janak Maharaj there is Bhakti Devi, Sita Devi. And how did Bhakti Devi appear? How did Sita Devi appear at the house of Janak Maharaj? Janak Maharaj was plowing the land, And when the plow, the tip of the plow hit the pot in the earth, from there Bhakti Devi appeared. So what does this represent actually? What does it really mean? This ghat, this pot represents our heart. Our heart is also like the pot. And the principle of the scriptures, जो शास्त्रों के सिद्धांत हैं, they are like the hull. अगर किसी प्रॉब्लम का सोल्यूशन जो नो, आप क्या बोलते हैं, इस समस्या का क्या हल है, राइट? बोलते हैं ना, ये समस्या का क्या हल है. So the scriptures are a solution to all the problems. The principle of the scriptures are like that hull, like that plow. And when the principle of the scriptures, when they enter into our heart, and from that heart, when the bhakti develops in that heart, then Lord Ramachandra appears in that heart. So when there is bhakti in the heart, Lord Ramachandra is personally going to come there. So no matter in what state of life one may be, in what ashram, but if there is bhakti in the heart, one can achieve the Lord, one can achieve the mercy of the Lord. So all the demigods, they were approaching the Lord Vishnu to request to solve the problem of Mother Earth. And Brahmaji, along with Lord Shiva and all the sages and demigods, they started glorifying the Lord. Now there is a very nice prayers described in Ramayan also and many other Puranas. Brahmaji is singing that Purusha Sukta prayers. And after they recited all the prayers, Brahmaji heard the voice. So it's not that even demigods can see the Lord. But only Brahmaji heard the voice of the Lord, and Lord told Brahmaji, do not worry, I will appear in the house of Maharaj Dashrath and I will destroy all the demons. So Brahmaji heard this, and Brahmaji told all that what Lord Vishnu has spoken to all the demigods. So all the demigods became very peaceful, happy, satisfied, and they, riding on their vehicles, they started going back to their palaces. They started going back to their homes. Somehow today this it's falling down again. So Brahmaji, when they saw all the demigods are just happily going back to their houses, Brahmaji stopped them. Where are you going? I told Lord Vishnu is going to come, but you also have a service to do. You all also appear as Vanaras on earth to take part in the Leelas of the Lord. Because Lord is going to come, He is going to come to serve us. Lord is coming for our purpose, for our service. So we should support the Lord, we should engage in the service of the Lord. So you all appear through your Ansha as Vanaras on earth. So from the Ansha of Indra, who appeared? Bali. From the Ansha of Surya appeared Sugriva. From Brahma came Jambavan. From Agni came Nal. From Vayu or from Lord Shiva personally came Lord Hanuman. So Lord Shiva appeared personally as Pavan Putra Hanuman, Kesri Nandan Hanuman. So all the demigods, they send their anshas on earth to take part in the Leela. Because Lord is personally going to come. And to take part in the Leela of the Lord, somebody has to come and make all the arrangements first. Because when a very VIP person comes, a very important person comes, if a president or prime minister of the country is coming, before that, so many other people will come to make sure everything is nicely arranged. Right, in the place of rally, they have all the nice stage and sound system and everything is arranged. And the security system is all set. So if a very VIP person is coming, so many arrangements will be made. So now Lord is going to come personally, who is like a VIP person. So all the demigods are coming to take part in the Leela of the Lord. So here now the point, very important point to understand is when Brahmaji along with all the demigods and sages are praying to the Lord, singing the glories of the Lord, they heard the voice of the Lord or they saw the Lord. When Krishna had disappeared from the Rasa dance and gopis started singing the glories of the Lord, Lord again appeared in front of them. Advaita Acharya called out to the Lord. Right? He is so with compassion is calling out to the Lord, and Lord personally appeared as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So when the great devotees, they are calling out to the Lord, Lord appears. We may think we are also calling out to the Lord. Right? We also chant the name, we call out to the Lord, but why does we are not able to hear the voice of the Lord, or why we are not able to see the Lord? What is missing? So what is missing is that compassion, that karunata, because of which we are not able to receive that or experience that same reciprocation with the Lord. Why? Because we are holding on to so many things. If we want to attain love of the Lord, if we want to develop that love in the heart, love is like, it's called prema sarovar. Right? If we want to dive deep into that prema sarovar, we have to leave certain things. How many of you have been to holy places like Vrindavan or something? When you go to Vrindavan, there are so many kunds there. Radha Kund, Shyam Kund, Kusum Sarovar. So how you enter into the waters of that kund? There are so many staircases. So you get down of that staircase, one by one step, you go down, and then you finally come to the waters of that kund. And when you get down of the staircase, each step, you take one step and then you leave that staircase, move to the next step, leave that staircase, move to the next step. We are leaving so many steps and then we enter into that water. Same way, entering into the prema sarovar, there are certain things we have to avoid. We have to give up certain things. We have to... So what are these things which we need to give up? We are holding on to so many things in our hearts, so many of these anarthas, the contaminations in the heart. The first thing which we need to give up is called khalata. Khala means bad association, association of bad people or association of those bad qualities in the heart. It's not that khal is only outside, right? The asuras, the bad people are only outside. Asuras are inside the heart also. So giving up those contaminations, those wrong tendencies, and of course giving up the association of wrong people. Asatya Sangha Tyaga Ei Vaishnava Achara. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, how to become a Vaishnava if we give up the wrong association. So first thing is we need to give up that khalata. Give up these inner vices, the inner demons, the pride, envy, lust, anger, greed. So until those things are there, we cannot experience that mercy of the Lord. Then the second thing, the second step which we need to give up is chalata. So I'm going to go a little rhyming here. Khalata, second is chalata. Chala means cheating tendencies, cheating propensities. We have these cheating propensities in our heart, so deep-rooted actually. Right? Even somebody may come to the process of devotional service, still those cheating propensities are there. We think, I'm coming in the association of devotees, or there is so many people are here, I can use them for my purpose, or I can do my little business thing with them, right? Extract something out of them. So we have those so many of cheating propensities. Even then the cheating propensity when we are dealing with devotees, somehow, even to the extent of cheating propensity when dealing with your guru, dealing with your peers, mentors, to hide some information from the guru or to tell something wrong, tell some lie, to get an instruction favorable for ourselves. Right? People go to that extent also, that hiding some information from guru so that I can get an instruction which is suitable to me, favorable to me. So that cheating propensity, chalata, one need to give up that propensity. And then comes balata. Balata means depending on your strength, being dependent on your power. Sometimes in this world, what is the situation? We think, oh, with my strength, with my power, I can handle the situation, I can do many things. If people are so much puffed up or proud of their position, their name, their power, or if not their own name or power of some of your relatives. अरे मेरे मामा जी पुलिस में इतने बड़े कर्मचारी हैं, एक फोन घुमाऊंगा सब काम हो जाएगा मेरा. Right? This relative is such a big position, I will just make one phone call and everything will be done. So that is being dependent on our strength. That I am some very big power, big position in this world, I am a big guy. But being dependent on the Lord. So if we are able to do certain things, what should we think? I am just an instrument. Everything is happening because of the mercy of the Lord. Not having that doership type of mentality that, see, I did this. I solved this problem. I accomplished this task. I did such a big project. If we are thinking like that, it means we are considering ourselves as the doer. We are depending on our strength. But if we are able to do also certain things, what should we think? It's happening because of the mercy of the Lord. He is giving me strength. He is giving me intelligence to do this. आपकी कृपा से मेरा सब काम हो रहा है, करते हो तुम कन्हैया मेरा नाम हो रहा है. So just giving the credit to Guru and Krishna, that because of their mercy I am able to do something, not it's my own credit to that. So giving up that propensity of dependent on our own strength, balata, and then so far we did, what was the first one? Khalata. What was the second? Chalata. Third one? Balata. Fourth one? Dalata. Groupism mentality. What is that groupism mentality? Right, in this world, people are so much fond of making different groups, different societies, different organizations. I belong to Gujarati Samaj. I belong to Maheshwari Samaj. I belong to Telugu Samaj. So we have this narrow circles, belongingness to something. But understanding, we are the soul, not the body. And at the position of the spirit soul, we are not, all these are bodily designations, right? Considering ourselves, I am this part of this group or that group, or I am Indian or American or African or this or that. All these are bodily designations. So giving up that bodily designation, giving up this groupism mentality, considering yourself part of certain thing, even, sorry to say that, even when we come to the spiritual practice, we take to that groupism mentality. I belong to this group of devotees. I belong to that group of devotees. और ये हमारा एरिया है, वो उनका एरिया है. This is our area, that is your area. This is my preaching on, this is your preaching on. This is my temple, this is your temple. So many things are there. What people are doing in that way, what is coming only competition, envy. Until we are able to come out of this groupism mentality, then how will this envy and competition thing will go away? One real story you want to hear, very short one. Once in one temple, they were thinking, see, in our temple there is so much services available and we have so less devotee. We need so many more devotees to be able to handle that service. And the other temple, they have so many devotees. So they approached the other temple leader, can you please send some devotees to our temple? We need more devotees for service. So that Prabhuji told, yes, I will request some devotees to come and serve here, serve in your temple to handle the service. But let me tell you one thing. In your temple, there is one very elevated devotee. Very, very elevated devotee. You take care of that devotee, your temple will grow like anything. So he said that one very simple statement. After that, this devotee, he started thinking, oh, who is this elevated devotee among ourselves, among our temple? So he discussed with few other devotees in the temple. So that Prabhuji told, in your temple there is one very advanced, very elevated devotee. You take care of that. So everybody started thinking, so who is that elevated devotee now among ourselves? Maybe he is the one, or he is the one, or I am the one. So with whom Prabhuji is referring? So they started taking care of each other very nicely. We don't know who is that elevated devotee. So be good to everybody. Right? With all the devotees, take care of the devotees, have a nice devotee relationship. So when the devotee relationship became better, when they started taking care of each other, having a nice culture of devotee care, then the congregation grew like anything. Then there was so much growth, so many devotees started coming, right? So many new people started coming and becoming devotees. So the temple progressed. What is the root cause here? When we have this sort of Buddhism mentality and putting others down, having that competition and envy mentality. So leaving that dalata. And then the fifth one, man ki durbalata, the weakness of heart. Why we are not able to progress? Because of weakness of heart. Why we are not able to chant the holy name even after being told so many times? Right? We keep hearing, please chant the holy name, please chant the holy name, 16 round, regular basis. Why we are not able to do? Weakness of heart. Because our heart is going to so many different places. We keep hearing, come to temple, please come to the satsang program, come to the Sunday feast program. But we have so many other engagements. I need to go here, I need to go there, I have this activity or that activity. Weakness of heart also include that lethargy, that laziness. In the very first session we discussed, or maybe in the second session, when we were talking about the quality of Narada, that he is always engaged in swadhyaya. What we said, sometimes it's okay to have laziness in your material activities, but never be lazy in your spiritual activities. But our situation is other way. When it comes to material life, then we are very active. And when it comes to spiritual activities, then we are very lazy. If somebody come to you today and tell you, tomorrow I have my birthday party, tomorrow I have an anniversary celebration, please come. Immediately we are ready, leaving aside other things. Oh, tomorrow unki ghar pe party pe jana hai, right? Birthday party. And today somebody comes to you, tell Prabhu, come Ram Katha program, every Saturday Ram Katha program happening. Then you think, 9 days, 9 weeks, Ram Katha is there. Someday I will come. Kya jaldi hai? Itni bhi kya jaldi hai? So I will come sometime. So we are so busy with our material activities, but in spiritual activities we are lazy. So that is also weakness of heart. So giving up that weakness of heart with enthusiasm, with determination, engaging in devotional activities. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is, until we keep holding to the material things, we cannot attain love of the Lord. We cannot attain the mercy of the Lord. First of all, what does Chaitanya Mahaprabhu say? Shikshashtakam, third verse. Who knows? What is the third verse of Shikshashtakam? Trinadapi shunichena tarorapi sahishnuna amanina manadena kirtanya sadahari. So what we need to give up? Give up the propensity to gain respect from others. But at the other side, give respect to everybody. Keeping ourselves most humble, making ourselves humble, not expecting any respect, but giving respect to others. In that state of mind, then we are able to chant the holy name. In the fourth verse of Shikshashtakam, what does Chaitanya Mahaprabhu say? Na dhanam, na janam, na sundarim, kavitam, vajagadish kamai, mam janmani janmani ishware bhavatad bhakti rahetuki tvai. If we want to develop that ahetuki bhakti, which does not expect anything from the Lord, birth after birth, if we want to engage in the service of the Lord, what all we need to give up? Right? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is giving up. I don't want this, I don't want this, I don't want this. Na dhanam, not having any desire for gaining more and more wealth. Na janam, not having the desire to gain higher birth, that I want birth in a higher family, a rich family, wealthy family, aristocratic family. Na dhanam, na janam, na sundarim, not desiring association of beautiful woman or handsome man. We should add that part also. Na dhanam, na janam, na sundarim, kavitam va jagadish kamai. I don't want any fame in this world. Not running behind the name and fame in this world. So if we can give up those things, then we can progress towards developing that love for the Lord. So why? So it's all introspection. Right? Why we are not able to experience that reciprocation, or why we are not able to see the Lord or experience that, is because we really don't have the love for the Lord. Maybe we are doing these things, devotional activities, but on the surface, not going deeper. So all the demigods, they prayed, Lord, spoke to them, gave them assurance, I will come, I take birth in the family, in the house of Maharaj Dashrath, and I will destroy all the demoniac forces. And who were these demoniac forces actually? Who was troubling the earth? Who were troubling all the kings? Who were troubling the sages, the brahmanas, the cows? This was Ravana, Kumbhakarna. They were torturing the earth like anything. So there is a whole history, the whole detail of Ravana, how Ravana was born, along with Kumbhakarna, Bhivishan, Shupnakha, how they were all born. Valmiki ji writes so many details, it comes in Uttarakand of Ramayan. After Lord Ramachandra has killed Ravana, he has come back, he has become the king, and after that so many sages will come in the assembly of Lord Ramachandra and they will speak on so many different subjects. So in one such assembly, the sages are describing about Ravana, how powerful, how atrocious he was. And that Ravana you have killed. And they speak about the whole detail of Ravana. It's just information. So much details are there. I will maybe briefly tell something. Ravana, who were the parents of Ravana? Who was the father and mother of Ravana? Anybody? Mother is Kekasi. And father? Visharbha. Rishi Visharbha. And Rishi Visharbha is the son of sage Pulatsya. Pulatsya is son of Brahmaji. So Ravana is born in that family lineage. His father is sage Visharbha, grandfather is Pulatsya, great grandfather is Brahmaji. And how through Visharbha, Ravana was born. Actually, once there were three demons, Mali, Sumali and Malyavan, three brothers. They were the ruler of Lanka. And because they were so much demoniac people causing so many problems, once the demigods had fight and Lord Vishnu supported the demigods and they drove them out of Lanka. In that war, Mali was killed. Sumali and Malyavan were left and they took shelter in the lower regions. They went into Sudal to take shelter. And this Sumali and Malyavan were thinking, now how we can sustain ourselves? We want to have some progeny which is good. If we get some progeny through some sage, maybe that will become very powerful. And once this Sumali and Malyavan, they were coming out of the waters and they saw Kuvera going in his Pushpak Viman. And Kubera is the son of Visharbha. Kubera is also son of Visharbha. And they saw this Kubera, how opulent is he. And Sumali thought, if we get a child like this in our family, then maybe our problems will be solved. And Sumali had a daughter named Kekasi. She was young, she was very beautiful. So Sumali told that you are of the age of marriage, and for a father, it's a great task to find a suitable groom for you. And I know one very powerful sage, Visharbha. You should approach that sage and get some children through him. So Kekasi dressed up nicely and came at the ashram of Visharbha. One mistake she did, she came at the Sandhya Kal, at the evening dawn time when Visharbha was engaged in his Sandhya Gayatri. The same mistake which Diti had done with Kashyap. Diti approached Kashyap at a wrong time, and that's why Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu were born. So Kekasi came to Visharbha at the wrong time. She came, stood in front of Visharbha without speaking anything, looking at the ground with her toenail. She was pointing, she was scratching the earth. And Visharbha looked at her and asked, Devi, who are you? Why have you come here? She said, why do you want to hear from my mouth? You are such a wonderful sage, you can just know what is in my heart. So Visharbha meditated and understood what she wants. She said, you want to get children through me? I will marry you, you will have children. But let me tell you, you will give birth to demoniac children because you have approached with the wrong desire at the wrong time. Your children will be very demoniac people. So Kekasi became very afraid. She She said, please be merciful to me, be kind to me. I want to have a son which is a good child. And Visharva told, your youngest son will be a great devotee of the Lord. So through Kekasi and Visharva, first was born Ravana. Not Ravana, his earlier name was Dashagriva, because the child had 10 heads. Okay, he was known Dashagriva. And he was a big gigantic body, like a mountain of coal, very ugly looking. So originally Ravana was very blackish complexion, very ugly looking with 10 heads. Dashagriva was his name. And the second child was born, Kumbhakarna. Kumbhakarna was so huge. His size is described in the cave where Kumbhakarna will sleep. The size of the cave was 1 yojan by 1 yojan, the length and width of that cave. That was the big size of Kumbhakarna. The third one born was Shrupnakha, a daughter. And then finally the fourth one born was Vibhishan, who by nature was very gentle, very devoted hearted. So they were all growing up, and as they were growing up in the ashram, even though they got the education of the Vedas, they got all the knowledge from the scriptures, but they had very cruel mentality. The Kumbhakarna, he will go to the forest and he will catch up all the sages and just devour them. That was his business, to eat the flesh, to drink the blood, and to throw out the bones of the sages. So they were living in the ashram, and one day Kubera came to ashram to meet his father. And when Kekasi saw Kubera and the opulence of Kubera, she thought, look at my children, they are just staying here eating the khichdi in the ashram, and Kubera having so much opulence. So she told her children that you should do something so you can gain opulence like Kubera. So Ravana and Kumbhakarna, they thought we will perform austerities to gain powers. And when we get the powers, then we can control everything. So they went to the forest to perform tapasya for thousands and thousands of years. It says 10,000 years they performed austerity. Ravana was performing austerity. Every 1,000 year completes, he will take one head. He will cut off his one head and put it into the fire. That is like austerity in the mode of ignorance. Troubling your own body. Krishna described the austerity in 3 modes in Bhagavad Gita. With wrong intentions, by torturing your own body, performing certain austerities, that is in the mode of ignorance. And Ravana, every 1,000 year when completes, he will cut off one head. So 9,000 years pass, he cut off his 9 heads. The 10,000 years is going to pass, he was about to cut off his last head. Brahma appeared finally and asked, what do you want? So that was Ravana's austerity. And Kumbhakarna also performed austerities. During that time, he became sober. He was not killing the Brahmanas and eating them. He was performing austerity. In the summer, he will sit in the middle of a fire. He will burn fire all around him and sit in the middle and do tapasya, standing on the feet with raised hands. In winter season, he will sit inside the cold waters and perform austerity. Like that, 10,000 years he performed austerity. See, the purpose of austerity is it purifies the heart. But for Ravana, for Dashagriva and Kumbhakarna, their heart were not purified. Why? Because the intention was wrong. Even though they performed austerity, but with wrong intentions. So Brahma appeared and asked for the boon. Okay, tell me what you want. Ravana said, make me immortal. Brahma said, sorry, I cannot do that. Ask me something else. So Ravana, Dashagriva also asked for this boon. Make me so powerful that I can change my form at will. And no demigods, yakshas, asuras, naga, gandharva can kill me. This Vanara or Manava, I don't care. So he asked for that boon. So Brahma gave that boon. Hey, Manava or Vanar, ye mera kya bigaad denge? And then Kumbhakarna, Brahma was going to ask Kumbhakarna, what boon do you want? The demigods became very afraid. Earlier, when he was not having the boon given by Brahma, he was so powerful, he was catching all the sages and eating them up, throwing them the bones around here. If Brahma gave him some boon, some more powers, ये तो पूरी धरती का राशन खत्म कर देगा, पूरी धरती का अन्न समाप्त कर देगा. So we have to do something. They told Saraswati, please do something. Saraswati came and sat on the jiva, the tongue of Kumbhakarna. Kumbhakarna was going to say, give me Indrasan. And because of Saraswati's influence, he said, give me Nidrasan. Give me Nidrasan. Give me sleep. I want to sleep. Brahma said, Tathastu. You sleep for 6 months. One day you will wake up, eat and again sleep. So he will sleep for 6 months and only one day he will wake up, do his business and goes to sleep. And Bhavishan said, Bhavishan also performed austerity but in the mode of goodness. And Bhavishan said, all I want is please give me devotion at the feet of the Lord. That's all I want. So after gaining those powers, Ravana, Dashagriva, he became even more atrocious, notorious, and he started terrifying the whole world. He started terrifying the demigods, terrifying all the different kings and everybody. He will go attack on different kingdoms and challenge them to fight with him or accept the defeat, write on a certificate that I accept my defeat. So in that process, when Ravana was the Dashagriva, he got so many powers, he got so many curses also. One curse he got from Nandi, the associate of Lord Shiva. He was passing through Kailash area and in front the Kailash came. Actually, before that, Ravan first of all attacked on Lanka because Lanka was in the control of Kubera now. And Ravana attacked on Lanka that I want to rule over this Lanka, you get out of here. So Kubera came to Visharva, what should I do? Visharva said, now Ravana has got so much power, it has got into his head. Better is you just leave that place and go somewhere else for now. So Kubera left Lanka and went to Kailash. He took shelter in Kailash. So Ravana took control of Lanka and he was terrifying the whole world. Kubera sent some messenger to Ravana, please do not do this thing, because Kubera is brother of Ravana, right? Elder brother. And he wanted to give some good counsel. He told Ravana, it's not nice for you to act in that way. You are a son of a Brahmana. Please do not act in this way. And Ravana sent message back to Kubera that you mind your business. If you interfere in my business, next time I am going to kill you. And Ravana snatched the Pushpak Viman also from Kubera. So that's how Ravana got Lanka and he got the Pushpak Viman. Now he started going everywhere, terrifying the 3 worlds. Defeating the demigods also, and he got many curses. First is from Nandi. He went to Kailash and the Pushpak Viman was not flying anymore beyond Kailash. And Ravana got down from his Pushpak Viman. He said, I will, if the Kailash is becoming an obstacle in my path, I will uproot the Kailash and throw it out from my way. He started lifting the Kailash and at that time Nandi came there. Nandi was in the form of a Vanara that time. His face was looking like a Vanara. And Ravana, the Dashagriva, laughed at him, making fun of his face, his form. And Nandi gave him the curse. You are laughing at me, joking at me, and the Vanaras will become the cause of your destruction one day. So he got the curse from Nandi. And as he was trying to lift that Kailash, and at that time, all the sages sitting on Kailash who were hearing Katha from Lord Shiva, they became upset. All the Kailash was started shaking. Everybody was falling from their seats. Even Parvati Devi sitting next to Shiva, she also shook and asked, what is happening? So this is Ravana, Dashagriva, who is trying to lift this Kailash. Lord Shiva with his toe thumb, with his foot thumb, he pressed on Kailash and kind of put the Kailash down again. And Ravana's arm was stuck under the Kailash. And he shouted like anything. So loudly he shouted, which his shouting filled 3 words. So loud shouting. And at that time Lord Shiva finally, his ministers told Ravana that you glorify Lord Shiva, you please Lord Shiva if you want to rescue yourself from this situation. So at that time, Ravana composed many prayers in the glorification of Shiva, Shiva Stuti. So people say, right, Ravana was a great devotee of Shiva. Actually, he was trying to defeat Shiva and he was trying to compete with Shiva. When he was not able to rescue himself, then he started glorifying Shiva to save his life. Then Shiva became pleased. Of course, Shiva is Ashutosh. So he became pleased and Shiva came there in front of Dashagriv and told him, because you shouted so loudly, you cried so loudly, Rudan. Ravan ne bahut jor se Rudan kiya. And Lord Shiva told, from today you will be known by the name of Ravana. So Dashagriva got the name Ravana. And Shiva said, Ravana said, if you are pleased with my prayers, please grant me some boon also. What boon do you want? He said, give me your Chandrahas Khadag. So he asked for his Chandrahas, Lord Shiva's Chandrahas Khadag. So he got that special power of Lord Shiva, but Lord Shiva told, if you try to misuse that power, it will come back to me. So in that event, he got a curse also, he got a boon also. He got a curse from Vedavati. Vedavati was who? She is Lakshmi Devi, who is coming searching for Narayan and doing austerities. And Ravana was flying in his Pushpak Viman, saw this Vedavati, got attracted and came to her and started speaking to her that you become my bride. And she said, I am doing the austerities to please Lord Vishnu, to get Lord Vishnu as my husband. And when Ravana tried to touch her, Ravana had held her hair, and by her hand she cut off her hair, using her hand like a sword. She cut off her hair and told, because you have tried to touch my body, I don't want to keep this body, but one day a woman will become the cause of your destruction. So she emitted that fire from her body through her mystic powers and gave up her body, and that Vedavati reappeared. Who is that? Mother Sita. So like that, Ravana got many curses. One curse he got from Aranaranya, a king by the name Aranaranya. He was the king of Ayodhya. So Ravana was going to many different cities, challenging the kings. One day he was flying across this Ayodhya, and the king of Ayodhya, Aranaranya, and he challenged him. You fight with me or accept your defeat. So King Aranya, he prepared his army, came out of the city to fight with Ravana. And the battle happened for a long time, and he killed many of Ravana's ministers. Finally, Ravana came for the war, and Ravana actually defeated Aranya, and he fell on the ground from his chariot. At that time, Ravana was looking at him and laughing at him. And the king Aranya, he cursed Ravana. Today you have defeated me and you are laughing at me. But one day, in my family lineage, there will be a king named Ram. Son of Maharaj Dashrath will appear, who will kill you. So all these different events are described how Ravana got so many curses after he got these powers. So now Lord Vishnu told the Brahma and all the sages that I am going to appear as the son of Maharaj Dashrath, and do not worry, make arrangements. So all the sages, all the demigods appear as their Ansha. And finally, now Dashrath Maharaj, moving our camera back to Dashrath Maharaj's Putra Kameshti Yagya. Dashrath Maharaj is performing this Putra Kameshti Yagya. Shringi Rishi performed this Putra Kameshti Yagya as the final Ahuti is being put into the fire, Yagya Kund. Agni Dev personally appeared out of that fire with a nectar pot in his hand, the pot of paisam, pot of the sweet rice, kheer. So Agni Dev gave that pot to Maharaj Dashrath, that you give this nectar which is prepared by the demigods. You feed this to your wives and they will give birth to 4 sons. So Dashrath Maharaj was very happy after receiving this mercy from the demigods. He came to his palace and distributed this payasam, this kheer, to his 3 queens. And how is the distribution done? Very nice systematic distribution of this payasam is described. So Valmiki ji write, Kaushalyaya narpati payasam ardham dadhau tada ardham dadhau chapi sumitraya naradhipa kekai cha avashishtardham dadhau putrartha karana pradadhau cha avashtardham payasasya amritopapam anuchintya sumitraya punareva mahipati evam tasam dadhau raja bharyanam payasam prathak. So like this, king divided the payasam among his 3 queens. So how is that? Kaushalyaya narpati payasam ardham dadhau tada. Half of the payasam he gave to first queen Kaushalya. Ardham chapi smitraya naradhipa. Half of half. So half he gave to Kaushalya, half left. Half of that he gave to Sumitra. Now how much is left? 1/8 or another 1/4 left. So kekai cha avashtardham dadhau putrart karna. So what 1/4 was left, half of that he gave to kekai. So 1/8 he gave to kekai. Now again 1/8 left. Pradadhau cha avashtardham payasya amritopapam anuchintya sumitraya punareva mahipati. Again he think of Sumitra and gave that remaining 1/8 again to Sumitra. So first half to Kaushalya, 1/4 to Sumitra, 1/8 to Kekai, and again remaining 1/8 to Sumitra. So like that this division of the payasam is done, and all the queens after taking that nectar, taking that payasam, they all became pregnant. They were carrying the Lord in their womb. Now it's the time of Lord's appearance coming. Lord is finally going to appear. And when did Lord appear finally? It says, Tato yagye samapte tu ritunam shad samatyeyu tatascha dvadashe mase chetre navmike hititho nakshatre aditi devatye savochah sansteshu panchashu गृहेषु कर्कटे ललने वाक्पतः बिंदुना सह प्रोद्यमाने जगन्नाथं सर्वलोका नमस्कृतं कौशल्य जनपदः रामं सर्वलक्षणः संयुतम्. So it describes the whole situation. What is the time? What is the month? What is the duration? What is the nakshatra? What is the mahurat? At what time Lord Ram finally appeared? Tato yagya samapte tu ritunam shad samatyeyu. After the yajna was finished, the nectar, the payasam was given to the 3 queens. After that, the 6 seasons changed. 6 seasons changed means 1 whole year went by. So in 1 year, actually there are 6 seasons. Now it's only summer or winter. Or in Michigan, they say now it's only 1 season, construction season. Earlier we say there is summer, there is winter and construction. Now it's only one, only construction. Summer or winter, all the year is construction only. So the original system, actually the nature, how it was working is there are 6 seasons changing in a year. Ritu Nam Shad Samatyayu. It's described in the scripture. 6 seasons changed, 1 year passed by, and finally the time came when the Lord is going to personally appear. And what is the time of Lord's appearance? Nomi Tithi Madhumasa Punita. So it's the Chaitra Maas, Shukal Paksha, Navami Tithi, Punarvasu Nakshatra, Karkat Lagana, Abhijita Muhurat, midday. That is the exact time when Lord appeared. So many details are described in the scripture when Lord Ram appeared. His whole kundali can be made. Even if they tell the details to a qualified Purohit today also, he can make the whole kundali of Lord Ramachandra. Right? So many details are provided. What was the month and date and nakshatra and muhurat and time? So what is the time? What is the month of Lord's appearance? So today Lord is appearing in our Katha. Even though Lord appeared in Chaitra Maas, we are having the appearance of Lord today in today's Katha. And tomorrow if we are here, we will have a lot of pastimes of the Lord, even up to the point of Lord's Rajyabhishek also. So you will be able to witness these various pastimes of the Lord. So Lord appeared in Chaitra Maas. Which Tithi? Navami Tithi. Which Paksha of the month? there is two paksha, right? Shukla Paksha and Krishna Paksha. So, Chaitra Mas, Shukla Paksha. In Shukla Paksha, Navami Tithi. And in Navami Tithi, what is the Muhurat, the Nakshatra? So, Punarvasu Nakshatra. Karkat Lagana. Abhijita Muhurat. And 12 o'clock at the daytime, the midday, noon time, when the Lord is going to appear. So many details are described, and it is so painful to see when people talk, did Lord Ram really happen? Did Lord Ram really appear? Right? People raise question at the existence of Lord Ram. Even so many details are there. People believe in the mythological characters. Shakespeare wrote that Julius Caesar and the characters which are described in that, is there any time and place and their family lineage described, that they took birth at this time and within this family their whole family lineage is described? People want to read all these literature, but they don't have interest in reading Ramayan, reading Mahabharata, reading Bhagavad, which describes so many wonderful details about the Lord. So at the time of Lord's appearance, what is the situation? It says, 5 planets were in their highest position. Nakshatre Aditi Devatye Savochha Samstheshu Panchashu. 5 planets out of no graha, 5 graha were there in highest position. What are these 5 graha which were in their highest position? Mangala, Guru, Shukra, Shani and Surya. These 5 planets were in their highest position. And in the Lagna, Brahaspati was sitting with Chandra. If you tell all these details to some astrologer, right, they know what is the significance of these. They know what is so special. Okay, this planet is sitting here and there. But astrologer can tell how wonderful is that. Because it says, actually, if 2 graha in somebody's kundali, when they make somebody's kundali, if 2 grahas are situated in the kundali, in their nice position, that person can become like a samanta. In today's definition, samant is somebody like MLA, MP. Right? So somebody can become a samant. If 3 graha are situated in nice position, that can become like the Prime Minister, Chief Minister of the country. If 4 grahas are situated in the nice position, that can become the world king, world ruler, Samrat. If 5 graha are situated, that person is like Lokanayak. He is like the Adarsh. So Lord Ramachandra is, who is Lord Ramachandra? He is Lokanayak. He is not just Aradhyable, but he is Adarsh for everybody. He is the real role model. Right? Today's role model, what are these today's role model? People want to make some sports person or some movie star or somebody as their role model. But we need to have Lord Ramachandra as the real role model. Radha Gopijan Vallabh ki jai, Nitaya Paditya Pavan ki jai, Shri Prabhupada ki jai. So in Lord Ramachandra's Kundali, 5 grahas are situated in the highest position. And it says somebody who takes birth in the month of Chaitra, he is very Madhura Bhashi. Right? He speaks very sweetly. Somebody who takes birth on Navami Tithi, he is very powerful, he is very knowledgeable, and he becomes very famous. And with all this situation which are described in Lord Ramachandra's Kundali, with all that, it says that person will have one very famous person as his enemy also. A very famous person will be his enemy. In Lord Ramachandra's case, who was the enemy? Ravana. Ravana is also very famous, right? Isn't it? Sometimes it feels like Ravana is more famous. Every year we burn Ravana. Next year he still comes up. And no matter how big Ravana you make and burn, next year he again comes. And people are spending time building that Ravana months and months together. Right? So much time and energy goes. We want to build a 50 feet tall Ravana, 200 feet tall Ravana. In India, if you see, every city has a craze of building a biggest Ravana. And the 2 neighborhoods, they are building Ravana and they will have a competition. Our Ravana is more beautiful. Our Ravana is bigger. So their whole consciousness is what actually, if you see, is it Ram conscious or Ravana conscious? So Lord Ramachandra's Kundali is all described here. And now when Lord Ramachandra is finally going to come, Brahmaji saw that Lord is going to appear. This is the time of Lord Ram's appearance. So Brahma, along with all the demigods, he called all the demigods, let's go to do Garbhastuti, to do the prayers for Lord Ramachandra. So all the demigods, they appeared in the sky outside the palace of Devi Kaushalya. It was like a traffic jam in the sky. All the demigods in their vehicles, they came there and they started singing the glories of the Lord. And when the time, the right time came, the midday, at that time, the Lord appeared from the heart of Mother Kaushalya. Mother Kaushalya, Mata Kaushalya के हृदय गर्भ से भगवान इस तरह से प्रकट हुए जैसे एक सिंहनी एक सिंह को जन्म देती है. Like a sun comes out of from the back of the mountain, as the sun immediately appears, as a lioness gives birth to a cub. Lord appeared from the heart of Mother Kaushalya in the palace of Mother Kaushalya, not like an ordinary child. He appeared in a four-handed Vishnu form. And a very beautiful prayer is described here, especially in Ramcharitmanas. It describes a very beautiful prayer. As I said in the beginning, right, in the first session, if some of you may remember, that we are speaking based on Valmiki Ramayan, but without Tulsi, Lord doesn't accept the bhoga, and the Tulsi of Valmiki Ramayan is Ramacharitmanas. So some things we do mention from Ramacharitmanas, which are so much wonderful glories of the Lord here. So at the time of Lord's appearance, Mother Kaushalya, seeing the four-handed Vishnu form of the Lord, she is trying to glorify the Lord. And the prayer described here is Bhai Pragat Kripala Deen Dayala Kaushalya Hitakari Harshit Mahatari Muni Manahari Adbhuta Rupa Vichari Lochan Abhirama Tanghana Shama Nij Ayudha Bhujachari Bhushan Banamala Nayana Visala Sobha Sindhu Kharari. To give benediction to Mother Kaushalya, Lord has appeared in the palace of Mother Kaushalya. His form is so beautiful, so wonderful. Big, he has big eyes. He is holding the four things in his forearms. Ayudha, Bhujachari, Bhushana Banamala. He is wearing a garland of forest flowers. And he is the destroyer of Khar demon. Sobha Sindhu Kharari. So Lord appeared in his four-handed form. And Mother Kaushalya started offering prayers to the Lord, that you have appeared to give benediction to me. How can I glorify you? And Lord is telling, because you wanted me to have your son, I have appeared as your son. And Mother Kaushalya is saying, you have appeared as my son, or you have appeared as my father? You are holding this, appearing in this four-handed Vishnu form, you are appearing like a father, not like a son. If somebody hear this, that you appear from my womb, they will be actually amazed with that. They will be surprised. Right? This is something to laugh about, that you were staying, who is carrying the whole world in his womb, in his stomach, and you were staying in my womb. So, please, if you really want to appear as my child, then please appear as a child. Please give up this four-handed Vishnu form and Kije Shishu Leela. So at that time when Mother spoke like that, Lord changed into a small childish form. His four hands disappeared. All the four things which he was holding in his hands, the Shankh, Chakra, Gadapadam, the four things disappeared. Because generally what happens when the child is born, parents will give them toys. Right? Parents make arrangement for the toys. And Mother Kaushalya is saying, you have appeared like a father, you are not like a son. And Lord changed into a small form. Now are you happy? I changed into a small form. And no, you are still having all these toys. You brought your toys yourself. You are holding these 4 things in your hand. And then Lord made those 4 things also disappear. And finally, Lord started crying like a small child. Suni bachan sujana, rodana thana, hoi balak surabh bhupa, yah charit jagavahi, haripad pavahi, tena parahi bhav kupa. So when Mother Kushala was speaking like this, Lord changed his form into a small childish form and started crying like an ordinary child. Mother Kushala went and picked up the Lord and embraced the Lord. And who hears this pastime of the Lord, the charitra, the character of the Lord, they achieve the abode of the Lord. They don't have to come and again take birth in this material world. So that's why hearing about the glories, hearing about the pastimes of the Lord is so wonderful, so important. So now Lord has appeared in Ayodhya. So it's Lord's birthday celebration. And everybody, when they got the news, they started singing the glories of the Lord. Everybody is singing. सब लोग बधाई गा रहे हैं. Right? Maharaj Dashrath came to know the news that a child is born to Kaushalya. Maharaj Dashrath took out the necklace and gave to the maid servant, and all the people, as soon as they came to know, they started celebrating. So it's an occasion of joy, occasion of Lord's birth. So 2 minutes, can we sing something little bit in the glorification of Lord? अवध में आनंद भयो जय रघुवर लाल की, अवध में आनंद भयो जय रघुवर लाल की, हाथी घोड़ा पाल की जय रघुवर लाल की, अवध में आनंद भयो जय रघुवर लाल की, अवध में आनंद भयो जय रघुवर लाल की, हाथी घोड़ा पाल की जय रघुवर लाल की, अवध में आनंद भयो जय रघुवर लाल की, हाथी घोड़ा पाल की जय रघुवर लाल की, अवध में आनंद भयो जय रघुवर लाल की, सीताराम जी की प्यारी राजधानी लागे, राजधानी लागे, मोहे मीठो मीठो सरयू जी का पानी लागे, सीताराम जी की प्यारी राजधानी लागे, राजधानी लागे, मोहे मीठो मीठो सरयू जी का पानी लागे, धन्य कौशल्या धन्य के गई धन्य सुमित्रा मैया, धन्य कौशल्या धन्य के गई धन्य सुमित्रा मैया, धन्य भूप दशरथ के अंगना खेलत चारों भैया, धन्य भूप दशरथ के अंगना खेलत चारों भैया, मीठी तोतली रसीली प्रभु की वाणी लागे, प्रभु की वाणी लागे, मोहे मीठो मीठो सरयू जी का पानी लागे, सीताराम जी की प्यारी राजधानी लागे, राजधानी लागे, मोहे मीठो मीठो सरयू जी का पानी लागे, जन्मभूमि हनुमानगढ़ की शोभा है अति सुंदर, सुरम जगत के मालिक बैठे कनक भवन के अंदर, मीठी रस से रसीली ये कथा लागे, ये कथा लागे, मोहे मीठो मीठो सरयू जी का पानी लागे, सीताराम जी की प्यारी राजधानी लागे, राजधानी लागे, मोहे मीठो मीठो सरयू जी का पानी लागे, मोहे मीठो मीठो सरयू जी का पानी लागे। अयोध्या धाम की जय, अयोध्या नाथ की जय। So Lord Ramachandra appeared as the son of Mother Kaushalya. Kekai gave birth to one child and Sumitra ji gave birth to 2 children. So Maharaj Dashrath finally got 4 sons. He was looking for one son. Now Maharaj Dashrath finally got 4 sons. And for Maharaj Dashrath to get this son, for Maharaj Dashrath to get Lord Ramachandra as his son, what he had to do, what was needed. Because if we want to receive Lord in our heart, what do we really need? So we discussed about something which we need to give up. At the same time, there are some things which we need to have also, right? Which we need to acquire also. So what are these things which we need to cultivate to receive the Lord in our heart? So Maharaj Dashrath, what did he have? First thing which Maharaj Dashrath had, Ayodhya mein vas, residing in Ayodhya. Because Ram means, sometimes people think, oh, Ram means Anand, peace, Vishram. So if we want to get all that, then we have to live in Ayodhya. We need to live in Ayodhya. But where is Ayodhya? Ayodhya mein vas, does it mean we have to give up everything, leave your home, family, occupation, everything and go to Ayodhya and reside in Ayodhya? What is the meaning of residing in Ayodhya? Ayodhya mein vas, where is Ayodhya? Ayodhya tahan jahan Ram nivasa. So where is Ayodhya? Where Lord Ram lives. And where does Lord Ram live? Wherever the glories of Lord have been chanted and sung. Naham vasami vaikunthe yogi nam hrideshuva yatra gayanti madbhatta tatra tishtami narada. So wherever the glories of the Lord have been sung, have been chanted, recited, Lord is residing there. So what is the meaning of Ayodhya was? Always living, making our homes into Ayodhya, making our homes into temple of the Lord, where always the glorification, the chanting is going on. So Lord resides in satsang and making our life as satsang. That is the meaning of Ayodhya Nivas. Second thing which Dashrath Maharaj had, we have to become Dashrath. Right? First thing is Ayodhya Nivas, and then second is we need to become Maharaj Dashrath. What does that mean? Dashrath, meaning of Dashrath means who has won over his 10 senses. Dashrath. One meaning of Dashrath is whose chariot rides in all 10 directions. But actual meaning is who has control of his 10 senses, 5 karmendriya, 5 jnanendriya, the knowledge acquiring senses and working senses. So we need to control our senses. And how to control our senses? To control our senses, we need an expert charioteer. Dashrath Maharaj had an expert charioteer. Who was that? Sumantra. So we need to have a charioteer like Sumantra. What is the meaning of Sumantra? Su-mantra, a very nice mantra, very beautiful mantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. In Kali Yuga, this is the most powerful mantra called Mahamantra. So chanting of this Mahamantra, this mantra is like the charioteer of our life, which can control our senses, which can control our mind to run into all these different directions. So with the help of this Mahamantra, with the chanting of this mantra, we can control our senses. So we need to engage in Nama Japa. So first thing Ayodhya mein vas, making our homes into temple, always being in association of devotees, being in satsang. Second is to control our mind and senses by the chanting of the holy name. The third one, Dashrath Maharaj, when he was troubled, he immediately approached a guru. Guru Grah Gaye Turanta Mahipala. He approached Guru, he went to Vashishti, please guide me, please tell me what should I do. He approached his ministers, suggest me what should I do. So, approaching a Guru, taking shelter of a Guru, because without Guru, without the mercy of a Guru, it's very difficult, or I will say not difficult, it's impossible to progress in spiritual life. So we need to acquire these minimum three things: accepting a Guru, chanting of the holy name, always residing in satsang, making your homes and hearts into temple of the Lord. And then Lord Ram appears in our heart. So Lord Ramachandra, again, Lord Ramachandra is hearing his own Katha. Right? Love and Kush are reciting this Katha to Lord Ramachandra. And Lord Ramachandra is hearing his own story, his own pastime of appearance, his birth pastime. And Lord Ramachandra is driving ecstasy actually. See, generally what happens, when it's our festival, our celebration something. For example, I will just give one example. When a boy and girl are getting married, जब एक लड़का लड़की की शादी होती है, in the whole marriage ceremony, apart from that girl and boy, everybody else is enjoying. Apart from those two, right? Because they are so nervous. Everybody is looking at us. Everybody is coming and standing and taking pictures with us. And everybody is enjoying eating so many food stuff. They chaat papdi khaya, wo khaya. And these bride and groom, they cannot eat anything. पूरे विवाह में अगर कोई सबसे ज्यादा ग्रेवी से भोजन करता है ना, तो वो है दूल्हा और दूल्हा. So they are most miserable. They don't enjoy. But later on, they see the pictures, the movie album. They see their video movie of the wedding, and then they see, oh, this all happened, this was happening, that was happening, and they're feeling happiness in that, just watching that movie album, that photo album and movie. So during their celebration, during their occasion, they are not enjoying. So Lord Ramachandra is hearing his own pastime of his appearance, and he is also relishing that. And when it is time of our birthday celebrations, our anniversary celebration, what should be the mood actually? What should we learn from this? See, people every year they want to celebrate their birthdays, they want to celebrate their anniversaries. But if birthday is really an occasion of celebration, or it's an occasion of introspection? It is an occasion of introspection. Right? मैंने क्या खोया, क्या पाया, अभी तक मैंने क्या किया लाइफ में? What all have I done in life so far? See, just imagine you have $100,000. You may not have, just imagine. Don't get too excited, okay? So just imagine you have $100,000 in your bank account, and somebody comes and steals $60,000 from that, and now you are left with only $40,000 out of $100,000. Somebody else comes to you and tells you, Mataji, happy money. You still have 40,000 left. Congratulations, happy money. That is the situation of our life. Just consider you have maximum 100 years of your life. Maximum, okay? That's also no guarantee. कुछ लोग 60 में लुढ़क जाते हैं, कुछ 70 में लुढ़क जाते हैं. So maximum, let's say you have 100 years. Out of that, 40, 50 years have passed, and somebody comes, happy birthday. Is that really an occasion to celebrate, to joy, feel happy about that, or it's an occasion to ponder on that, what I have done all this life? See, first of all, happy birthday, when somebody says, you should think, I have lost these 50 years of my life. I am growing old. Am I growing young or growing old? Ask even a 10-year-old child. Do you ask him, how young are you? What do you ask? How old are you? भाई कितने साल के बुढ़े हो गए तुम 10 साल के बुढ़े हो, 20 साल के बुढ़े हो? How old are you? Anybody seen somebody asking how young are you? So we are growing day by day, year by year, and we should be introspecting what I have done all these years. So on the occasion of your birthday, on the occasion of your anniversary, introspect. Ask for this accounting from all your senses. Ask your eyes, okay, give me the accounting. So my eyes tell me, what all have you seen all these years? Have you seen all these worldly things, or have you focused on the beautiful form of the Lord? Ask your ears, okay, my ears, give me the accounts. What all have you heard all these years? Are you busy hearing your glorification, or have you heard about something about the glories of the Lord? Are you more interested in hearing the criticism of others, your own glorification, or in hearing glories of the Lord? Ask your tongue. Tell my tongue, what all have you done all these years? Have you spoken all the nonsense, all the criticism of others, or have you glorified the Lord using this tongue? So that occasion should be actually, we need to become munim and give accounting to the honor. And who is the honor? To the Lord. We need to give that account balance sheet to the Lord. My Lord, this is what all I have done these years. Please give me the right intelligence. Now I can engage in your service. So we need to introspect on that. So Lord Ramachandra is hearing his own katha for relishing that. So Lord has appeared in this wonderful form as a small child to give the benediction to all these people. Vipradhenu surasantahita leena manuj avatar nij ichha nirmita tanu maya gunagopar. So Lord has appeared to give the benediction to these four category of people. Vipra means brahmanas, Dhenu means cow, Sura means demigods, and Sant means the sages. Because these were the people who went to pray to the Lord, right? Please come and remove our misery. All the demigods, all the sages, the brahmanas and Mother Earth in the form of cow. So Lord has appeared to give special benedictions to them. But now, did Lord appear to give benediction to only these four category of people? Lord is merciful to everybody. Right? When He comes, He is merciful to everybody. He showers His mercy to everybody. But specifically, these few people are listed here. Why? Because they were the cause for Lord's appearance. Just like a nice Katha program is happening, so many people come and hear Katha, everybody gets benefit. But there are few people, key people, 2-3 people who organize the program. So when the program is going on, sometimes their name is mentioned. Oh, such and such person, he sponsored the Sunday feast. So such and such person, he arranged this program. Why? Because they were the medium to arrange the program. So their special mention is given to them. But mercy is distributed to everybody. Everybody is taking benefit when they are hearing. So same way when Lord is appearing, He is appearing to give benefit to everybody. But special benefit is mentioned for these category of people. But how is Lord's form? Nij ichha nirmita tanu maya gunagopar. His form is not like an ordinary child. His form is made by His own desire. अपनी इच्छा से भगवान ने अपना शरीर बनाया है. Like an ordinary child is born, he comes out crying from the womb of the mother, filled with blood. He has no cloth on the body, he has little hair, no ornaments. But how does Lord appear? There is no umbilical cord connected with the womb of the mother, right? With the navel of the mother. Lord appears just out of in front of Him, He is standing. He is dressed nicely with yellow garments, with a crown on His head, nice ornaments, nice jewelry and garlands, holding all the weapons. So His appearance is not like an ordinary child. That's why we don't say Bhagwan ka Janam hua. We say Bhagwan ka avatar hua, Bhagwan ka appearance hua. There is a difference in taking birth and taking avatar. What is Janam? Janam means somebody is forced to come in this material world. Somebody has fallen down. That is birth. But somebody personally, by his own desire, somebody descends down. That is avatar. For example, if somebody is walking on the road and there is a big ditch there, pothole. Somebody walking and doesn't pay attention and falls down inside that. Now another person comes, he is walking by, he saw this ditch and saw this person falling. Now, it's up to his desire. If he wants, he can just walk away. And if he desire, he can also get down in that pothole to bring that person out. Because that person is not able to come out by himself. He needs somebody's help. So this person, by his own desire, he goes down, picks him up and brings him out. So falling down in the ditch is like taking birth. But getting down voluntarily to bring that fallen person out, that is taking avatar. We have all fallen into this material world. We have taken birth into different species of life. But Lord descends down. He takes His different avatar, a different incarnation to take us out of this material world, to pick us out of this material world. And Lord is completely sweet. So today's pastime is Lord has taken birth, He has appeared, and now what all the different activities are going to happen. First thing is Lord's Namakaran Sanskar. So very beautiful explanation how Lord's naming ceremony is given. So we'll discuss that in the next session. So stay tuned. So many nice wonderful things are coming up. Shri Ramachandra Bhagwan ki jai, Sita Ram Lakshman Hanuman ki jai, Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Ananta Gaudi Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai.